Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I am currently drinking from my Christmas mug that I completely forgot that I even had. I bought this literally like 2 months ago from Primark and oh my god, it's so cute. I am currently drinking coffee, which is a really bad idea. I put 2 sachets in. Basically, whenever I stay at a hotel, okay, someone tell me that you do this too. Whenever you stay at a hotel, they give you these little, oh, I've got foundation on my lips, sachets of like tea and coffee. I had some decaf ones, I had some normal coffee ones. They've been in there for a while, so it's making me feel a bit sick. I put one caffeine one in there and one decaf coffee in here. And the milk was a bit weird in the fridge, so I'm a bit worried that this is going to make my stomach upset. And as you know, I don't drink caffeine for reasons. It doesn't taste too bad though. Just every now and then I'm getting a lump of sugar in my throat and it hurts. I don't drink caffeine because it affects me more than anybody else. Like, I think it's essentially what the main problem was with my insomnia, like the fact that I was drinking loads of caffeine, I was heavily drinking, I was heavily stressed. So I don't heavily drink anymore. I don't drink caffeine as often. I did stop drinking caffeine completely this entire year. Now it's gotten towards the end of the year, things have been getting a little bit harder, so I've turned back to caffeine, but I still haven't had a single energy drink. I used to drink Monster energy drinks. Literally, I would have about 5 of those fucking things a day. It was awful, and I actually don't drink coffee very often. This is probably like my 3rd coffee of the year, and I'm going to see how it affects me at work today. I'm hoping it'll just wake me up and not cause chest pains, because I realise it doesn't give me chest pains until I start stressing or I get angry, and then suddenly I start getting those horrible palpitations and ow, it hurts. But it's not as bad as it used to be because I'm not like constantly pumping my body with caffeine. Do you know what I'm saying? Why am I ranting about caffeine? I don't know, I thought I'd explain because I know a lot of people who know me in real life watch my videos and they'll be like, why the fuck is she drinking caffeine? Her health. I've noticed the main thing that actually affects me is Jaeger bombs. For some reason that really fucks me up. I had a Jaeger bomb a couple of weeks ago at a pub with some friends. I just had one. I thought, fuck it. I ain't had one of these for like 2 years. I'm gonna have one. Had it. Next day I was in so much pain I had to stay in bed. Really fucking hurt my chest. That sounds dramatic, but it really hurt. Plus that on top of a hangover. I could have dealt with just the chest pain, but because I had the headache as well, I had to lay in bed the whole day and it fucking sucked. I haven't touched energy drinks all year, so I'm fucking proud of myself, to be honest. That's still an achievement. Coke is something that I can have in moderation. If I have 1 Coke a day, I'm okay. It doesn't give me too many palpitations. It gives me a couple, but they're okay. To be honest, I should just stay off the caffeine, but I've noticed that staying off caffeine makes me so tired and I just have like 1800 naps a day. Anyway, that's not what this video is about. I just thought I'd make a quick video talking about a load of shit. I've got no ideas right now. I do have ideas, but I don't really have the time to film. Again, I'm filming before work because the house is empty and I offered to do the late shift just mainly so that I could film today. So I just don't get the time to film on the weekends. I've still got to do all my Christmas shopping. I need to check my bank balance because Jesus Christ, I spent a lot of the weekend and I've only got 3 presents under the tree and I've still got a good like 15 to buy. Oh, I have like no money. I've got my friend's birthday party next weekend. I'm going out on Friday, which means I'm going to spend all my money. Oh, I love Christmas, but I hate the financial side. Like, it was okay last year because at my dad's I only paid £50 rent a month, which is nothing, mainly because I was living in terrible conditions and we were 3 people living in a 1-bedroom flat, so therefore I didn't have a bedroom, I didn't have a bed, I had a sofa. It was mouldy, it was terrible conditions, which is why my dad only charged £50 because of, you know, electricity and shit, which I was totally chill with. So I would have like all of my wages to myself, and back then Primark had different rules, so we were able to do tons and tons and tons of overtime during Christmas, so I would get paid so much more. So last year I went all out with gifts and shit. This year, can't really do that. I don't get paid as much because we're not allowed to do overtime, and which is great because I can enjoy Christmas more without having so much overtime, but it does suck on the pay side. Why am I ranting about this? I don't know. It's already like getting to my chest. And I'm already struggling to breathe, so, you know, once I had a huge Lucozade bottle at work. We're back on this subject, I know. In fact, I've done this like twice now. For some reason I think I can handle it, but I never can. A small one is fine, I can handle a small Lucozade, I've figured out. A big one, if I have a big bottle of Lucozade, I was behind the tills the other day and this girl looked at me and she just happened to turn around as I was taking a sip, and it was like, because I was shaking so much, and she was like, are you okay? There was another time that I was on so much caffeine. I already run around the shop like a maniac because I'm always stressed and I'm like, gotta get everything done at once, and I just leg it around the shop. But when I've had caffeine, it's 1,000 times worse and I probably look like a fucking psycho. And I do get in trouble sometimes for running around and looking too busy, because as a supervisor you're supposed to give instructions, not be doing everything yourself, and I guess that it comes across that way when I'm running around, but actually I was just high on caffeine. And I went to do a tannoy and I literally couldn't breathe. It was like, Stefan, and afterwards someone was like, you need to stop running, you're out of breath. And I was like, actually it's like, because I'm really fucking high on caffeine, and right now I can't even talk because I'm so high on caffeine. Also, do you like my lights behind me? I'm trying to have a different background for every video that I film because my room is so Christmassy and I fucking love it. You can change the settings and shit. They're super cute. Do you know ones I really want? When I was younger, we had these Christmas lights and they like sang tunes, and I really want to get some again. Someone tell me where I can get some in the comments, please. Like, they used to like sing and you could change the flashing settings, but you could also change the song, and it would be like, they'd be like, do 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 do. Oh, it was great. And that when I think of Christmas when I was younger, I always think of those lights singing. And I know that's stupid, but my parents used to go so extravagant with Christmas decorations, and I wish that I had pictures and stuff to show you, because, well, honestly, pictures wouldn't even do it justice. They would have like what I've got in my room. They'd have lights up, they'd have the garlands up here, you can see one there, but they would have like the whole ceiling covered. Like, there would not be an inch of ceiling without some kind of decoration on it. The walls, we would have banners that said Merry Christmas. We also had this big net star. Jessica, Paige, Bethany, Ryan, anyone, if you're watching this, those are my sisters and brother. We used to have this big starlight, do you remember? And it would like, it's like a net thing, but it was in the shape of a star, do you know what I mean? And it was this white lights, and one year we had it on the ceiling and another year we had it on the wall. We also had a huge inflatable Santa that went on the roof of our house. That's actually, I literally live around the corner of that house, and people, I remember being on a school trip once and people being like, oh my god, that house is so cool, look at that huge Santa, and I would be like, that's my house, and they'd be like, oh my god, that's so cool. And I would just fit in for like 2 seconds. We used to have these little, we had a little Santa that blew up and a little snowman that blew up, and we had mistletoe over the door, which didn't really work because only my parents could kiss each other, so don't know what the purpose of that was. Obviously we had the Christmas tree. We just had so much, I can't really think of them now. Now that I'm thinking back to it, I can't actually remember half the decoration. We had fake icicles above the door, I remember that. We would have lights as you come in through the hallway. We'd have a garland on the door. We'd even have decorations in the kitchen. We'd have flashing lights in the kitchen and a mini tree. Oh, we had so much. I just miss Christmas when it was like that, and I think that's why every year I buy more decorations so that I can add it to my collection, so that I can make my room feel more like my childhood. That's really sad, but I just love Christmas, and I think it's because it just reminds me of a time when my voice is shaking, not because I'm emotional, but because I'm high on caffeine. It reminds me of a time when my family all lived together. We were all relatively happy. Not all happy, because otherwise divorce wouldn't have happened and shit like that, but you know, it was a time when we all lived together and we were all at peace, and we would have conversations about how one day we would be going to our houses when we're older, and we would talk about all being grown up and married with kids, and we'd invite the parents round and they'd come say hi to the grandchildren. And it's weird that I have memories talking about these things, but it always stuck out to me because while I wasn't always the happiest when I was younger, my best memories of childhood / teenagehood are Christmas, because Christmas is just, I've never had a bad Christmas, and I hope that's not a jinx. I really fucking hope I'm not jinxing this year. I've never had a Christmas that has been bad, no matter what, like, Christmas brings you together. Okay, I'm sorry this is really long. The last thing I want to talk about is, why are people so rude during Christmas? Like, why? It's really hard working in retail at this time of year when people, like, I'm trying to stay happy, because usually the lead up to Christmas I am very moody and stressed, and I can't really fully enjoy the Christmas lead up because I'm at work and because retail is so fucking hard to deal with when, you know, it's just so hard to deal with because it gets a million times busier. This year is even worse because I'm behind the tills and I already hate working on the tills. I don't have to, this is no secret, I tell everybody, I tell every manager, not every manager, but I tell everybody I can. Everyone at work is like, what's wrong? I'm like, I'm on tills. At first I really liked tills, and now that I've learned everything I can learn from tills and being a supervisor on there, I just want to go back to being on departments so that I can progress as a manager. Please move me if you're watching this video. But it's even worse on tills now because the queues are so long. Like, there will never be a single second where there is not a long queue going all the way around to the women's section, and it's annoying because I know that I'm pissing people off by calling them to the tills constantly, but there's nothing I can do when we're understaffed and there's constantly a queue, and I can't keep people waiting because I know how annoying it is to be a customer and kept in the queue. And also, it's my job to make sure that the queue management is good and that no one is, you know, walking away being like, fuck this queue, which never happens in Primark, because once you're in the queue you can't really get out, there's barriers. It's like, bitch, you're staying, you've committed to this wait. Like, the queue always goes down super fast in Primark. If you've ever been to a Primark you'll know this, or at least if you've been to a good one you'll know that the queue will usually go down in like 2 seconds because there's so many tills, and I especially have to push the staff to serve super quickly, which is a hard job and it's stressful. So my job is to, you know, make sure the queue goes down quickly and to make sure that my staff are giving good service and being fast, and I have to call people to tills, and I have to shout in the middle when the cashier number 6 please things like either stop working, or when it's really busy. That's just not an efficient way to do it because the buttons are too slow, so I'll just stand in the middle screaming at people to go to the next till and pointing because people can't read till numbers. The point of this is, work is just very stressful around Christmas, especially with customers. Every day I'm having arguments with customers, and I try to stay calm and keep my customer service, but it's so hard when someone is yelling and swearing at you, telling you that you're wrong. You can't just stand there and take it. And I know that it's my job to stand there and take it, but sometimes there are just people that really push my buttons, and there's something online that I want to address. I don't know if I'll get in trouble for it, but I just want to say, the 10% discount thing. People were spreading this around YouTube a few months ago, and I saw videos of people saying, come into Primark, and if there's even a tiny little hair out of place on the product, they'll give you 10% off. People have been taking advantage of this since, and every single customer that I go to help behind the tills, they ring a bell, I go and help. Every single one I go to lately, I would say I have about 50 customers a day that I have to deal with this and have the same argument. They want a discount for small things like a jacket is creased, so it's faulty and therefore she wants 10% off. That's not I'm so triggered. That is not a fault and I cannot reduce it for you. Someone the other day, these gloves don't fit me right. Okay, so get another size. That's not faulty. Still wanted 10% off, still had to give it to them. I will refuse anybody that comes up to me and says this is faulty because, I don't know, there's a little bit of fluff that is out of place. I'll just pull it off or go get you another one. I'm not going to reduce it for you. You can't return it anyway. Do not go into Primark and take advantage of the generosity of the company. I'm sorry. Don't fucking test me, because I want to help customers and I want to be nice, and like 80% of the time I will give you a discount because there will be something genuinely wrong. Like if there's foundation on the top, I'll be like, fair enough. Like there was foundation on the top, I would go into a shop and demand discount too. Well, I wouldn't demand it, I would expect it. I'm just not that type of person where I would be super mean to a member of staff over something so petty. However, I would too expect that kind of treatment. And there are certain things where I'll be like, yeah, fair enough, I'll give you 10% off, don't worry about it. And I am nice to the majority of customers. But if you treat me with disrespect and come straight away with the line, I know you guys give 10% off. So straight away I'm just like, this is going to be bullshit. And half the time it is. And people are so rude at Christmas. And just, I can't share too many stories because I don't want to get in shit or anything, but I just think that people are so fucking angry and rude and disrespectful and disgusting at Christmas. And I always think to myself, who fucking raised you? Like, you are a grown woman and you are yelling at me and calling me a bitch because you won't pay an extra 50p for something at Primark. I just don't understand it, and it makes my blood boil. That's the tea. Probably going to cut half that rant out because I don't want to get in trouble. However, Primark have always been very lenient with my videos and very supportive, and I know that they supported Summer in the City as a company, and this is one of the reasons I love working there, is because Primark is just such a chill company to work for majority of the time. And when I see people slagging it off online, it really does kill me because it's not that bad, and if you just work hard and you really want to progress there, I don't think you will have any issues unless you are doing your job wrong. You will not have any issues with Primark as a company. I'm not being paid to promote Primark and to big it up and to defend them. I'm just saying, Christmas in retail and during the holidays, I'm not making sense because I'm so high on caffeine. It's hard and it's difficult and I'm stressed. So I will try and make more comprehensive videos at the weekend. I feel like I'm going to die now. My chest is pounding and I can't breathe. I shouldn't have done this. I've only drunk half of it and I feel so pumped. I want to say, no disrespect, obviously I know that customers come first and they are the #1 priority, and customers majority of the time, I know the customer is always right is a thing, and I do kind of agree with that. However, you have to be able to see both sides. Just trust retail ops and just be nice to retail ops this Christmas, okay? Be nice to people working in retail. They're giving up a lot of hours, a lot of stress, and every single customer is yelling at them for things that are out of their control, and they are busting their asses, so be nice to them. Anyway, I'm gonna go. You can like, comment and subscribe. I make new videos every Sunday and Thursday. My camera is dying, I'm high on caffeine. I gotta go. I will see you next time with another video. Peace.